No, Mrs. Frosty. 100% no. Meth Lover, thank you for 29 months. Tyler Vancouver, welcome back, sir. Do you put your phone on vibrate when you stream? My phone is always on silent. Always. I never have my phone off silent. But I have my, I haven't got my Fitbit on, but I have my Fitbit watch, so if I get a text or a phone call, it vibrates on the wrist. So I know when the phone's ringing. Imagine the possibilities. Instead of donating you money, poor people could donate you what the fridge says is empty. Referee, you have your phone off silent when you are late for a delivery. Squirrel send. Oh. Nope, I don't even know what my ringtone is on my phone. That's how often I hear that. You have a talking dishwasher. Right, I see. Mr. Rusko, thank you for almost 3 years. Keep up the good work. Thank you, dude. I have a Fitbit Charge 2. Although the Charge 3 is coming out, and Mrs. Squirrel's already chewing my ear off about that one. Oh, we're going to get the Charge 3. I'm like, you're getting a kitchen. And you want a Charge 3 as well? Oh yes, let's just lump that on there, shall we? You've already got a working Charge 2, but no, they've got a new one out. And of course next week I think Apple iPhones, the next iPhone gets announced, so I have my daughters going, Dad, the new iPhone's out, I've seen it, it's really cool, it's got this feature on it. I'm like, yep, that's great, love it. They already leaked the new iPhones. So what's the headline feature then? Improved internals. Nah, they've got to have something. There's got to be every phone company, when a new phone comes out, they've got to have a headline gimmick. You can't bring out a new phone and just say, we've improved the internals. Like, nobody's going to care. There's got to be a headline gimmick. What was the headline for the iPhone X? The fact that it had no button on it, that was the one big thing, and also it had those Animoji things where it would face unlock and you would look at it and you could say stuff and it would animate a character and you could send it to somebody else. They were the big things, the whole Face ID, no buttons, that was the big. So there's got to be some other gimmick that comes with the next phone. Yeah? New colours. Nah, it's got to be more than that. You had to check your ringtone. It's Hello by Adele. Welcome back, Hammett. Thank you, 40 months, Waity. Stevie, you're gonna need a truckload of money. Yeah, I agree with that, Unique Gaming Read. Having no headphone jack really annoys me. I think they need to stop calling them phones now because they're like, if you think about it, most people don't use them to make phone calls. Like, it's probably the least used feature now. The main feature is texting, browsing, social media, watching YouTube. Like, that's pretty much what you do. It's more like a personal assistant, but it's not I mean, it is a phone, but it's not really what people do with it now. Yeah, I know you call it a cell phone in America. That's to do with the mast though, isn't it? They're arranged in a cell structure. It's more of just a mobile device, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what you'd call it. A mobile PC? A phablet. Yeah, but a phablet's reserved for like a phone that's massive. Like the Note 3, that's borderline phablet. They say there's more power on a modern phone than there is in anything they've put into space in the last, like went round to the moon and stuff with a lot less computing power. Your Note 9's a phablet. Mr. Mudpaul, sorry I couldn't make the convoy in the end. Hope you had fun. Thank you for the invite. Hopefully, if you do another convoy, I can apply to join. Yeah, a few people had to drop out, but we still had a great time. It was good. I don't agree with that, Rome. I don't agree with that at all. Between 5 and 7 inches of phablet, nah. I don't think my phone's a phablet. Oh, Spectrums were great though, Beaker. Nothing they had in space had rubberized keys like a Spectrum. Or you could press one button and get an entire word in BASIC. It was great. Like the go-to command was just on a key. It's great. Southwest Trains Guy. I enjoyed doing the convoy yesterday. I now have dual monitors so I can watch the stream and play ETS at the same time. Keep it a good work. Thank you, dude. No modern day phone fits in your pocket. I carry my phone in my pocket all the time. Which pocket are you talking about? I used to put my phone in my shirt pocket. I always put it in my trouser pocket. Which was your favourite IDE? Are you talking about development now and not hard drives? One of my personal favourites was just the Ballin Studios. They did great studios, you know. Delphi was great. Ballin C++ was great. Turbo Pascal was great. Visual Studio, never really got on with. I'm sure it is, Pika. You're gonna get a new graphics card, fan. Your current one's wearing out. How old's your graphics card? Mrs. Frosty has gifted us up to Squirrel's Desk. Welcome, Squirrel's Desk. Thank you, Mrs. Frosty.
Oh, yeah.
Sweet G7 with $116.17. That's a very specific amount. Here is some help with the kitchen. Or a new phone for your daughter. Sweden. Keep doing the streams and videos, enjoying your stuff. P.S. Needed to make a PayPal account for this, so use the money well. Dude, wow, thank you so much. Not only is that super generous, Sweet, but you made a PayPal account just so you could do it. And out of his way. GG to you, sir. Thank you, Sweet. I think it'll have to go in the kitchen fund. The daughters can wait. You went to AFK, Mrs. Frosty. Oh, man. He's going to come back and be like, whoa, I've got an acorn. I like the parking brake light right in the middle of the dash. Sweet, you need to find another use for your PayPal account now. Westy Dog, 18 months. Paul, thank you for all the awesome and innovative content. Twitch baby number 2. I'm moving to Iceland in 2 months. Whoa. From Bergen in Norway. Whoa. That's a big move. Westy, is that for work? The polar bear is distracting. Do you know that people can't donate with iPhones, a page won't load? I don't know. Bergen's beautiful, is it, Kilmansky? Well, Iceland's beautiful as well, isn't it? So, is Bergen within the Arctic Circle? Yeah, Mrs. Frosty, here. Here's Squirrel's desk right here, Mrs. Frosty. Dr. Admiral Squirrel, now professional driver. And a pilot, Dave. Come on. Oi, get off the road. Crazy beamer driver. Mainly for work, you're part of a biology team discovering microorganisms in extreme environments. Iceland's a great since it's polar on the major tectonic zone. Nice. Are you going to be able to watch streams still, Westy? Actually, isn't Iceland on the same time zone as the UK. Oh my god. Is that right? Sweet G7. What the hell, you might as well put a GPS and legs on the fridge so you can call it wherever you need. Looks good to me. Whoa, dude. $500, Sweet G7. Flipping heck, bro. That is super massive gen rosters. Can we get some GGs in chat for Sweet? That's amazing. That will actually pay for the cooker. Thank you very much, Sweet. It's amazing. I don't know what to say. I'm gonna show you my fridge later, Sweet. It doesn't have a GPS on it, but it has a little hatch. I don't know if you heard about this. It has a little hatch on it, on the door. So on the left you've got the fridge door, and it has an ice cube maker, an ice crusher, and cold water. And on the right it has a little hatch, and you pop it open, and you can access whatever's in the drawer, in the door shelf. So if you put like beers in there or milk, you just pop the door open and take it out. It's quite handy, actually. Thank you once again, Sweet. Honestly, dude, that is super amazing. If I get to your house the next time there's milk, though, I'm going to be disappointed. I'll make sure there's beer there just for you, Dave. Well, there's actually a practical use for it, Beaker. It means that you don't need to open the entire door and let all the cold out and the heat in just to get some milk. So there's actually a practical use for it.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
Iceland is 1 hour behind the UK. Fair enough. So he's going to go from Norway +1 to Iceland -1. Interesting. I don't leave you much room in here, do they? Well, mine's a Bosch fridge. So yeah, Sweet, that is very generous, and that'll go straight to the cooker fund. You're not convinced, Beaker? What, you're not convinced about the practicalities of opening a tiny hatch? You know that cold air sinks, Beaker. So when you open the fridge door, all the cold air rushes out onto the floor. Boom, like that. You just can't see it. Well, if you open a hatch like halfway up and just take the milk out, it keeps all the cold air inside. Banan Heisler with 34 months, Paul. How you doing? I'm not bad, Banan, thank you. Must be less insulation, therefore probably don't gain any benefit. Beaker, I kind of feel like you're trying to ignore physics. That's what it feels like. You're like, nope, it definitely can't possibly benefit you having that hatch there. Nope, I don't. Nope. It's got to be wrong. I think it's wrong, therefore it has to be wrong. There has to be no benefit to having a hatch. That's what it feels like. Whoa, let's go over here. Magnum Pill. Welcome to the Net House, Magnum. Thank you for your support, sir. You got a bachelor's degree in science just by listening to Squirrel. Cheapest degree you ever got. The Earth's flat because you once saw a relatively flat area of Earth. Well, if you got to, like, Texas, you might actually think the Earth's flat with good reason. In Iceland, they don't change the clock. Ah. They're talking about doing that in Europe fairly soon, like not moving the clocks anymore. Kickdown GT. Thank you for your support. You do hope they stop daylight saving over there as well. Yeah. It would be nice to get rid of it, you know. I mean, the only reason it was done was for saving coal. Back in World War One. I mean, really? Do we need that anymore? Karikut, thank you for 23 months. Forgot to say anything almost a whole month. Thank you for managing the nut house. Thank you for being in it, Cole. Iceland is in GMT but has no daylight saving. Okay, so when we go from British summertime... So I was kind of right then, Westy Dog. So when we go from British summertime back to GMT, which will happen at the end of October, we'll be on the same time as Iceland. Mark Oxley with a year. 12 months of great streams, Mark. Thank you. Welcome back, Squirrel's Desk. You may suddenly find yourself with an acorn. You saw an article about Europe making some moves to scrap the change of clocks. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It was Mrs. Frosty that gave you that, Squirrel's Desk. She was most disappointed you wasn't here. I don't know about optical and acoustic ED. It definitely has a door open warning door open warning noise. Wow, we've actually got loads of fuel. Oh my god. Sim Lubix, 14 months, good evening, school. Are you going to play F1 2018? Thank you for the great content. I think the answer to that is no, Sim Lubix. I kind of see iRacing being more of my long-term racing game. I don't see F1 fitting in there. I might try that new Assetto Corsa to take a look at what's in that though. The Competizione, whatever it's called. Thank you for 32 months, Master Eve. I need to wake up. Can you help me? It is a great game. I don't understand either. F1 2018 is already out, Mikey. It came out like 2 weeks ago, I think. Two Point Hospital will go on SquirrelPlus indeed, but unfortunately I can't put anything on there yet because my NAS drive's failed and it's got all of my video projects on it. So until I get my NAS drive back up and running, I can't do anything. I'm waiting for Synology to send me a replacement, which could take up to 2 weeks. But I actually found the power supply on eBay, and allegedly that's going to come either tomorrow or Tuesday, so maybe I can get my NAS drive back up before it gets swapped out. Connor, so if we're not going to change the clocks in December, even though it will get darker an hour... We don't change the clocks in December, we do it in October. It will get darker an hour later. It will get light an hour... That would be strange. Yeah, so normally they put the clocks... I don't know what they're going to do, Connor, but I assume they're not going to put them forward in summer, so it will stay as it normally is in winter all through the year. I think that's the way it works, right? Because in winter, we fall back to GMT, which means we're on like a 0 time hour in London. But in summer, we put it forward an hour. Yeah? So what that would mean is we wouldn't put it forward an hour anymore. So it will be as it is in winter, but in summer it'll be different.
Hey, special delivery.
Chuckle Brothers, Paul, I blame you for the last 2 days of sleep. Thanks for 2 Point Hospital. Glad you're enjoying it. Some people are only going to bed at 5 o'clock playing that game. Your proposal is to keep summertime. Yeah, but there's a problem with that. The problem with that, Mace, is when the kids are going to school in winter, it'll be dark until like nearly 9 o'clock. Mr. Ginducci, how you doing? See you, Mrs. Frosty. Best game ever. You had 3 hours sleep in the last 2 days. Dude, that's, you see, this is the thing. That's Theme Hospital and all those games. That's what they used to be like. Those sim management games, they were like massively addictive. Well, this is it, like Zugwig. This is their first project from 2 Point. Who knows what they'll do next? Chewy! 24 months, bro. Golden Acorn Hype. I hereby announce my 2 years as an apology for being so terrible at replying to texts. Drinks were bought at Cosford as another form of apology. Lol. Hope you well, Chewy. Can't believe it's only a month till Cosford, mate. That's come round pretty fast as well. Kenducci, so 2 Point, the company, 2 Point, they're formed of developers. Some of them used to work at Bullfrog. Some of them worked on Theme Hospital. Some of them worked on Black and White and Populous. You know, like literally those games that were amazing. So that's why 2 Point Hospital looks so kind of familiar to somebody like me, because it basically is the same guys that are doing it. Oh my god. We've got steering axles, we can go around. No problem, Chewy. Hope you had a blast. Just sorry I couldn't meet you for a beer. Because he never replies to text messages, guys. That Chewy. That evil Evil Wookie. Ignore of text messages. That's fine. It's all good. Feels bad, man. Kix, welcome to the Night House. Kix2468, thank you for your support. As they actually let each country decide which time zone they would like to keep. Most of the Germans want to have constant summertime because of the long evenings in summer and more light at the end of a workday in winter. See, Paris is on the wrong time zone. The whole of France and Spain really should be on UK time zone. That's what they used to be. And Belgium. Really? Really, game? Blimey, they're picky, aren't they, eh? Belgium's too small to decide. Then. I feel like you're not allowed to talk about what's right when it comes to time-related matters. Says you, lol, Sokya. It's quite simple the way time zones work, lol, Sokya. In principle, you look down any of the meridian lines, and they're split. And what you do is, you look at your country and say, which meridian segment are we in? Because that's the time zone we should be in, logically speaking. However, it doesn't always work out that way. I feel like it's made my truck go like that. Wow, it really did make my truck go like that. What's wrong with 2 Points Hospital? What are its flaws? I need a game for week 13. Hardly any. I don't say that lightly, Kinducci. Most games have something. I'd say there are a couple of things on my wish list that I'd want it to do, but as a whole, it's just such a fun game. You'll have about... If you're going to buy it, Kinducci, going to sound like a blatant advertising. If you click my link, you can get it for Games Planet for cheaper than Steam, and you get a Steam key. So if you're going to buy it, you could do that. But yeah, it's a great game. Oh my god, that's a weird journey. 17-ton tank all the way to Cyprus. You wait for Project Hospital. I don't know. I mean, it may be more of a hardcore sim, but the thing that 2 Point Hospital has going for it is just like the whole humor. The whole humor value. Everything from the characters, the illnesses, the descriptions of the illnesses, the Tannoy announcements, the animation, just like everything is just funny and pleasing to kind of work with. It's just such a hilarious game. Like, it puts a smile on your face. I don't know if Project Hospital will, even if it's like a more realistic sim. 2 Point Hospital will still make me laugh. So what weight was that? Was that 16 tons? We could try the 23-ton boxcar and see how we go on with that.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
Okay. I think that alarm was meant for tomorrow night.
Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
Not tonight. Yeah, Chewy, it really is. I've heard that you've been staying up late playing it, Chewy. Baker, thank you for 16 months. Stobot Volvo. Good heavens, my 11th month anniversary. Got an organ demo coming up that I'll be playing, but aside from that, thanks for 11 great months. An organ demo? I don't think the tank's going to work out. I'll try the boxcar, I think. Or maybe that tank. We could either take that tank to Cyprus or the boxcar to wherever this was. I might take the tank. Let's go to Cyprus. Joker Brothers, did you say that the UK is ending the BST and going back to GMT? No, I didn't say that. I said that the EU is discussing cancelling, changing to summertime. But it's only a discussion at the moment, it's not even a proposal. And of course, they will put that forward probably after Brexit, so who knows what the UK will do. Michael Brown, don't have time tonight to join, but thanks for the brilliance you and your team provide. No problem, Michael. Have a good one. Battle Cattle, 41 months. Thank you, dude. Take that. Glorified Gamer, thank you for the host. Oh, that trailer thing opposite. There for the awkwardness. Didn't like that very much. It's really hard to get a picture of where you are with this truck. No, 132's not gone public yet. Will you ever do a Cardiff to Rostock again? Nah, you can't. You just can't do that. It just wouldn't work. Thank you for 32 months, Glorified Gamer. I have to do a hill start in this, I think we're toast. You need to keep moving. Welcome back, Chucky. You're planning on growing your hair to your shoulder. How long will it take? How long is it now? And how quickly does your hair grow? Not sure, Trent. Mostly, I think. Hair grows approximately 1 centimeter per month. Blimey. What was normal about this week apart from Tuesday? What was not normal about this week? No, well, he's on about next week, Baz. As in, am I going back to a normal schedule next week? That's what I mean. CMC, 44 months, thank you. What? I'm a T for now, I think. Ta. No, Baz, he's on about next week, mate. Not the week that we're in. He's saying, will next week be a normal schedule? Next week, not this week, Baz. Unless you want to call this week next week or next week this week. Because it technically starts on Sunday, etc. You know what I mean. Doll's been very lively. I think he means am I like not streaming Thursday or not streaming Friday or something like that. How long did it take to configure the truck? I don't know actually. It wasn't that long, maybe half an hour. You know what? That trailer almost perfectly matches the truck. That's amazing. Look at that. A truck configurator stopwatch. We've got plenty of them in chat, Baz. Well, Audi, I've just massively neglected to upload them, so there's not much point taking them because I seem to be unable to upload them all. What do you mean by configuring the truck? At the start of a stream, if we've got a new truck to drive, we always take some time configuring it. Some people love that section, some people get really annoyed by it. The roof on that coach is pretty close to the tunnel. I don't know, Flamingo, quite a lot. Well, that's not true, Tommy. The last few weeks, because I've been doing pro mods, we've not been doing any truck config. I wish you could set the, like you can have two sat navs, but set them at different views, so I could have maybe this view or that view on the little one, and then on the right one there I could have like a, maybe that kind of a view, because that would be super useful. Configure the truck is when I go to listen music and wait for Paul to finish. LOL. You either love it or hate it. That's very true. See, to my mind, there's not really much point in... Like, if you're going to drive a truck all evening, you might as well take a bit of time and make it look nice. Otherwise, you're going to end up in a default truck all the time. What's the point of that? That's the way I look at it. Crusher UK, 1 second. Let me press pause while I move this cup of tea. With my little... You see that logo there? Ow, ow, ow. I've got the Doyle cup. over there, out the way, where I can't knock it over. It's a squirrel meh emote. Yet worse, you spend 5 minutes putting together a cab spoiler lights individually around it. I kind of expected you would, Baz, to be honest. But I tried to strike a balance, Baz, between making a nice looking truck and not boring people to death. We're inside the truck 99% of the time. Yeah, but people... How many times do people come in, Bigfoot, and go, show the truck, please? Yeah? Happens all the time, and you show the truck. Why do they want to see the outside of the truck? If you're always inside, why do they care about the outside? And why do truckers spend a lot of money making their truck look nice on the outside, if they spend 99% of their time inside? Every now and again you create a Renault masterpiece. There's never been a Renault masterpiece. Can't actually see past my own mirror. That mirror's in a really awkward spot. Quite often go to the truck dealer and just buy one, then realise there's no sat-nav. So I'm on the motorway. Rip. Well, of course you do, Basil Brush. Some people think that more is better, and it's just not true. It's like a painter painting on a canvas and just filling up the entire canvas with stuff. It's like, no, you need the blankness, you need the white space as well. You quite like the Range 2? I don't mind if you like the Range 3, Mr. Music. I mean, somebody has to. Yeah, just ask Bob Ross. Bob Ross doesn't put happy little trees all over the canvas, does he? What Bob Ross does is he paints something amazing and you sit there and go, that's amazing. And then he slaps a massive tree over the top of it. That's what Bob Ross does. And you sit there going, no! Oh, those happy little trees. Yeah, the happy tree that's all over your canvas. Nice. Svard Master, thank you for 2 years. What is that, shiny? It's a legend. Thanks for 2 years. Thank you for 2 years. Exactly ruined. I remember when Bob Ross first came to Twitch and you'd sit there and chat and it just became a meme to itself, didn't it? You know, he'd paint this painting and then he'd just go boink with a tree and people like, ruined! And then he'd put some stuff on it. Saved! It was funny. Made me laugh. Yeah, every time he cleans the brush, let's just go beat the devil out of it. It's just great. Yeah, I think it goes to the Bob Ross Foundation. I think that's where the sub money goes. What's funny though about those Bob Ross replays, you look at the viewer numbers when he brings his son on, or he brings like a guest painter on, they just collapse. Like, people are there for Bob, and if anybody, even his son comes on, everybody's just like, nope, not watching this. I remember Bullseye. Pringles Leaf remembers Bullseye as well.